Good day, everyone. Originally, I started this project with a different concept in mind. I know what had we been talking about, but not how it truly applied to me. I love life to the fullest, but what I was not doing was taking full advantage of those things in my life that also add to my overall happiness and well-being. I think after this assignment, I really do better appreciate what is going on around me. Now, my presentation is intermixed with pictures, video clips, and voice in order to help you better understand my karma. This was part of my happiness journal. On the 8th of September, I watched my little girl cry over the frustration in learning her new online private high school system. So I walked with her up to her special place, went through an entire section of geometry to show her how easy it was, and then watched her eyes dry up and her smile return. My heart cries when her tears cry. My heart laughs when she laughs. My family is my family, and I'm grateful for their presence each and every day. Sabine is one of the many positive relationships that I have in my life. She has the ability to smile and make my everyday problems seem trivial. By doing this particular happiness journal, it reminded me of the time-honored statement that blood is thicker than water, that my family is very special to me, and when everyone else has moved on and gone their own way, my family will always be there for me, and that cherishing them is something I know I will always do. My family makes my life rich. Now, this is my second happiness journal. I was walking down the path with my dogs, and they were being extra rigorous today. The big boy just ran straight for the little girl and virtually ran her over. And then, of course, she rose to the occasion and jumped on his head. Seeing this type of playful activity just makes me laugh. Sometimes I have to look at the simple things in life and enjoy them for what they are, because they're not always there all of the time. These guys are, oddly enough, my positive emotion. By taking care of my dogs and watching them play and enjoy life, it keeps me happy. They get me out of the house multiple times a day. They talk to me and they keep me company wherever I go. I wish people were as forgiving as animals are. This was my third happiness journal that day. My little boy went through his pre-test for his new online private middle school, and where I thought I would need to help him every step of the way, he showed me how well he could do on his own. This makes me appreciate that even if you are challenged, you can still be motivated to succeed on your own. So many times, I want to hold his hand and make his life easier for him, but I know he must be challenged like we all must be challenged, and I can appreciate that. I consider him my achievement. I've worked a long time to help my son overcome many obstacles. One of these obstacles is to teach him independence and self-sufficiency. I have strived for this task since the day he was diagnosed delayed learning and delayed speech, and today I saw it in action. Yet again, this is a hard-earned achievement, and one I will not forget quickly. By doing this particular happiness journal, I continue to learn more about my own children, and that as a mother, maybe I'm not a complete failure, but a success that took years to be recognized. Okay, yet again, I was walking with my little boy and watching him interact with our two French bulldogs. When I walk with the dogs, I'm happy when they play with each other, but on the most part they do their business during our walks, and I get a little fresh air. But with the little one, they almost become puppies again. Positive emotion, this is truly the time where I have a lot of positive emotional feelings. That my children are happy and that my family is in harmony with each other. Having chosen this particular event out of everything that happened to me in a day, this tells me that I cherish my family and what they bring to me emotionally, mentally, and physically. Today I went to work for the first time since school started. I work as a substitute teacher. It was great being able to say hi to everybody that I have worked with for the last 3 years and give everyone a hug. I have a great appreciation of the good people that I work with. They are very upbeat and positive, and this really helps put life in perspective. When they have sorrows or problems, I listen, and when I have sorrows or problems, they listen. Having a sympathetic ear that can listen to you really helps to release stress and ultimately keeps you healthier. This is what I call my positive relationships. This is where I feel better just being around good people with a similar mind to my own. We laugh at the same things and generally lament about the same things as well. I find that having someone to talk to that is impartial to your everyday plight helps to lighten the load and allows me to appreciate these people just a little more. Now, oddly, I would have to make this last comment about traffic. When you live 40 minutes away from work, but it takes over an hour to get there, it is really easy to stress out. But when traffic is light and runs smoothly, there is a certain appreciation for how less stressed you are by the end of the day. I love the smooth flow of traffic as you weave in and out in between cars moving quickly down the Autobahn, with the music playing and not a worry in the world. I call this my engagement. I find myself in the flow and on autopilot. I don't have to think about the road anymore. When there is virtually little to no traffic, I feel an audible relaxation to my shoulders as I drive. I feel less fatigued when the trip is over. If you ever get a chance to read The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, you'll see that we go into autopilot throughout the day. Autopilot is where we know what to do and exactly when to do it, minimizing the amount of energy required to complete the task. Driving is the same way. You have driven so frequently and for so many hours that you don't need to think about the path you need to take or the people you need to avoid on the road. So oddly, this light day of traffic definitely made my day. On this task, I spent quality time with my husband. My husband is tricky. He was like the little kid with the pouty lip. One morning he came up to me and said, "It is not what you do, but what you don't do." I was a little confused, but I asked anyways, "What do you mean?" He said, "For 10 months I've tried to hike to that waterfall in the Black Forest. The hike was 20 minutes, one way, once you got there. But due to circumstances, we hadn't been able to get there. If I don't do it today, I may never do it." I almost felt bad for him, but that is where my sympathy ended. I said, "Okay," and we headed out. The area was truly beautiful, and I definitely appreciated the walk. Till we hit the trail to the waterfall itself, and there was this huge sign saying, "Don't enter, closed." We continued on, thinking we could hook up with the trail further on. Closed as well. But we were on a mountain. We were not going to let a few signs rain on our parade. So we headed up towards the castle we had seen earlier from our vehicle. The walk was spectacular and very refreshing. These are the times that we can talk about everything or nothing at all. It's where life seems so perfect. It is the time where my husband and I, of 16 years, can feel like a young couple again. We finally reached the top of the mountain, and there was definitely this gorgeous older castle with an awesome view of the city nestled in the valley below, making the trip well worth the effort. I call this my engagement. This is what was supposed to be roughly a 40-minute trip turned into a 3-hour trip. Time doesn't mean anything, only the end destination. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. These trips are necessary for my well-being. The amount of time I spend indoors needs to be supplemented with about the same time out of doors. Which leads to my PERMA. My positive emotions. I find that my positive emotions are gained from the people in my life, like my children, husband, and pets, followed closely by those activities that allow me to escape, like hiking into the woods, biking, or running. Since these are proven happiness points, I plan on maintaining them. On the top side, I plan on incorporating additional activities into my lifestyle that allow me to think positively and have positive emotions, like going to a local spa for relaxation, taking longer walks in my woods, or driving to a new set of woods. And maybe I'll also add a plant or two more to the inside of my house. My engagement is when I'm with my kids, doing art, playing at the pool, or doing photography. I'm usually in my flow state. These are items I will definitely keep in my life, but on top of that, I would like to add one or two additional activities that allow me to be physically active, like longer mountain hikes and playing with my kids someplace fun like the amusement park. For my positive relationships, my husband and I have now been married 16 years. They've been the best years of my life, and I plan on spending at least another 150 with him. I want to keep my full house of happy hubby, children, and animals. They truly make me laugh and keep me young. On top of many more great years with my family, I would like to spend a little more time with friends and extended family. I live in Germany. None of my family lives here, but that doesn't mean I can't reach out to them a little more through all the communication media that is now readily available. Meaning, I will continue to teach people at the elementary, middle, high school level, and university level. To know that I can impart information, help people learn, and improve their lives makes me feel good. Inside, I have found that I have imparted knowledge to hundreds of students, and when I'm out in public, these students love to run up and give me a hug. This means they have thought of me fondly. I want to continue teaching and doing things for more people in the future. The games and apps I want to create is in response to this direct need to want to help other people. As for my achievement, in the past I have practiced a multitude of skills in order to better my education, better my drawings, better my handyman skills. Those things I will continue to do. But what I would like to add is the ability to work out of my house, creating applications that better people's lives, improve my computer skills, so I can continue to help people even when I am not with them physically. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.